Joining us now is Kenan Thompson Don Johnson. The show is Kenan on NBC. Gentlemen, thank you. Kenan, let me begin with you. This is what I call a funny but sweet show. There's sweetness in this show.
Thank you, boss.
How did this come about?
A lot of thinking and forethought, but I met with a bunch of creators, and Jackie Clark, our showrunner, had a similar idea to one that I was thinking on as well. It was kind of like, what haven't I seen explored in a sitcom before, which is kind of like a widowship, basically, and just trying to figure out different ways to make a show in the age of, there's been a million sitcoms. So how are we going to make one that stands out and is different enough, basically? And on down the road we go. And now we have the great Don Johnson playing my father-in-law, and the show is one season in the can.
Okay, Don, how did that come to be? And when they called you and said, okay, here's an idea for you, you said what?
I said, boy, you whatever you guys are smoking, cut the dosage in half. No, I said, Lauren's an old friend of mine, and I adore the man that's on the screen with me here, Kenan Thompson, and I've been a fan of his forever. And the opportunity to get to work with him was just, it was like a gift, and it is a gift every day. And so Lauren sent me the script. I read it, and Kenan and I got on a FaceTime call, and here we are.
But when you said, "What are you smoking?" your instant hesitation was what?
Well, it's not. It's not. I'm not the first person that you think about for this kind of comedy, this kind of show, and that to me was reason enough to do it. Because I like doing things that challenge me and that scare me a little bit, because it puts me out there and makes me it keeps me awake. And so I fell into it, and thank God Kenan and Chris Red are there. They kind of propped me up and gave me training wheels, and then I was on my own. And then we're in it.
So, but we'll get to Chris is a riot too. But Kenan, when you thought about this, you said, okay, it's going to be a widowed show. I have two children here, and
three.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes four.
Sometimes four. Where were you going with this? As you pitched the idea, I gather you pitched that idea, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's some reflections to my life, I guess, and kind of wanting to display a different kind of a family setting, basically, a family dynamic that, is pretty prevalent in society, but it just hasn't been reflected on television this way just yet. So I thought this would kind of be my opportunity to do that, basically, to show a more blended version of a family for a primetime sitcom.
And the other side of it is he's doing this morning show, and it's kind of a wacky, weird.
What morning show isn't?
I did one. So what did you do to make this seem, and you picked out everything you could? What did you do? Did you look at a few morning shows? Did you go to Atlanta? What did you do on that?
Well, I'm from Atlanta, so just being an actor and having to promote things over the years, I've done my fair share of morning show appearances. So I've met my share of morning show people, and also being around the Today Show and a lot of them working for SNL as well, and sharing crews and stuff like that. I hear a lot of stories, so it's been a very respectful approach to that kind of a livelihood type commitment, basically, to get up at odd hours in the morning and then put on such a show at 5 a.m. with like 6 people watching sometimes.
and then Don, you got the father-in-law. What did you do? Did you just be yourself, or what did you do to make this character come to life?
No, he's definitely a compendium of an amalgamation of a lot of, Papa Rick is a former, or maybe current, I don't know, saxophone player. And anybody that's ever been worked around the music business or anything, they can tell you and attest to the fact that horn players are very special people. we they're very, very special people. Some could say that it's the lack of oxygen to their brain.
Okay.
But so I just took that adjustment and then started to think about all the crazy people that I know, and I said, God, they're all kind of as crazy as I am. So I'll just use a lot of that.
And when you guys get when the writers sit you down, has there been anything for either one of you that said, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming"? Any episode in there?
I would say the shower scene. I knew that it was coming, but I didn't think that they were really going to go through with it. And then we did. So that was my first time kind of being overly naked in front of people, even though I had my.
Just to be clear, he wasn't in the shower with me.
Right. Just so we're clear on that. It was a solo shower with camera.
Talk to me for a moment about shooting during this very tough time. And you guys are happy in trying to make people happy. And we are in a pandemic, and you've been shooting through that. What has that been like for the cast, the crew, and for the shooting?
I mean, I have to give kudos to everybody. You know, I know it's been very tough and awkward, you know, having to wear the PPEs and stuff like that, and dealing with the different protocols and testing every morning, and you know, just having that weighing over you, trying to stay safe in general, along with trying to create a show, you know, and learn your lines and do your job. So I have to give, you know, all the love in the world to the cast and crew for what they've done. They've just done an incredible job with really like almost impossible, you know, hurdles to overcome.
Final question.
We were
go ahead.
We were just to add on to that, you know, we were shooting maybe the only show shooting in Los Angeles at the peak, at the surge of the COVID crisis in Los Angeles. And you know, Kenan's right. You know, there was a real commitment with each other that we were all going to follow the rules, and we were all going to be disciplined and stay in the bubble. And a wonderful thing occurred out of that. My wife brought it to my attention. She said, you know, this is a wonderful time for you folks. There's nobody else around. It's just you. You get to bond as a family. And you know something? We did. We held each other's hands and bonded and became strong and powerful, and some magical stuff went on in spite of the fact that our lives were on the line every day.
And that was going to be my final question. Did you guys end up as a family unit? And you have. And
yeah, we absolutely did. Those poor little girls, when they wrapped their final scene, were pouring tears, and it's been nothing but an exertion of energy from them. You know, they're the youngest people on the crew and cast, and they have so much energy that everybody's joke is like, if I could just have a little piece of that amount of energy, you know what I mean? Like I could probably live another 150 years. So see them go from
they are precocious, those kids. Oh my God.
Being happy
Lord.
at the time to like literally crying, it was wild. So that showed like how close we had all gotten in such a short amount of time.
I tell you, I look forward to talking with you guys again. I think the show is going to keep on keeping on for right now, and I hope to see you in the next season. I really look forward. And by the way, Kenan, how does he open the show when he says, "Did you sleep with me last night?" What is
I don't care who you slept with, as long as you wake up with Kenan.
I love that. I really love that. I think morning shows should follow that. I would do that with your permission if I was doing the morning show. Hey guys,
absolutely.
Thank you so much. Continued success. We will see you on Tuesday nights on Kenan.
Ross, God bless you, man.
Ross, thank you so much.
Thank you much. Stay safe. Stay well.
You too.
Bet.